Hello everyone and welcome back to Elder Sign Omens. As the first game that I uploaded has received a fair number of views, it would appear that people are actually interested in this game. As such, and since my internet has been absolute crap lately, and Hearthstone is downloading a huge patch, I figured we could try something else. Like a different ancient one. Say Hastur, the King in Yellow. Other world adventures have extra doom penalty. Tasty, tasty doom penalty. Yeah, let's give Hastur a shot with a random investigation team, of course. Ashcan Pete can trade out items, apparently, for other items. Jenkins gets extra common items, not too bad. Joe Diamond, I think we've seen before. When using clue tokens, he gets glyphs for free. And the Psychologist, a very handy person to have on staff. So, let's give it a go. I think I'll skip the cinematic if it's not different.
Something terrible has begun to awaken within our museum. A something unsatisfying.
Okay, and since the cinematic was the same as last time, we're skipping it. Rumor has it that the lost manuscript of The King in Yellow is hidden somewhere within the museum. You must find it before Hastur's minions do. Beware, Hastur's control over the other worlds have caused them to be more treacherous than normal. Okay, right off the bat we have a midnight effect with the Harbinger of Insanity. Looks like quite a difficult one at that. A 5 glyph requirement. We have a number of terror effects. That's not too bad, but a lot of stamina loss. Ashcan Pete might be a good person to deal with that, though. The loading dock, please do not touch the exhibits, and a couple of other things that we've already seen. So, what did we get? Ashcan Pete got whiskey, a lore glyph change, and stamina regeneration. Excellent. How about you, Bob? Yellow, yellow, red, yellow. Not a bad start. Optimally, that would be red or something like a clue. But Joe gets a clue. And a yellow, not too shabby. And Carolyn gets a yellow and a red, very handy for her. So, we'll need to deal with this pretty quickly. I think we get one turn of each person, and then it's midnight again. So, let's try to stack a couple people on here. Ashcan Pete is going to have a bit of a time here. I doubt he can actually do this one. The figure did not move like a man and looked at me using unknown senses. Well, if he looked, it's kind of like eyes, you know, that's what eyes do. Anyway, we don't really have anything terribly useful, except for this scroll change. If he does manage to take the 3 sanity loss, we can heal it, a little bit of it back up. But let's give it a shot, see where we get. There's our 3. There's a scroll, already taking 1 sanity damage. And we cannot, nor do we want to, save any glyph. Well, we do want that one. So, Let's try and save it. We can turn one thing into a scroll, but I don't like my chances here, so I'm not going to. And we really can't do a whole lot now. I didn't expect this to do very well. There's our 2 skulls. We are, however, missing a scroll, so fail. He took another 2 sanity damage. Unfortunate, he took 3 in total. But Bob can use his yellow to increase his chances of winning this without hurting him too much. He doesn't need both of them, right? So let's give it a go. There's the first. Excellent. And for the second, we only need a scroll and a 3. Which means we will never see a scroll again. There's a 3. We'll save that. And there's a scroll. Excellent. We have dealt with it quite nicely, taking some damage in the process, but he did get a red and an other world. Very nice. Way to go, Bob. Fortunately not proccing another midnight effect. Let's look at this other world, Yuggoth. Quite high investigations. Pretty nasty failure effect, but it might not be too bad. I would much prefer if we had, what's-her-face? Anita or something? Anyway, she does very good things here. I think she was on the last video, although I may be mistaken. We really ought to clear up some of these, like the on-fire hallway. Joe might be a good one for this, too. He can take the stamina loss, even on a failure. Although it would hurt. But he gets some common items, which is quite nice. The terror effect is minus stamina. He is one of the best to deal with this, I suppose. The flames engulf the walls and seem to jump with an animal intelligence, from the curtains to the exhibits. If the animal intelligence is an unintelligent animal, that might not be too bad a thing. Welp. I don't like that. So let's give it another shot. There we go. Unfortunately, we can't save this result. I didn't want to suffer the ill effect. And there we go. Only 2 stamina loss total. He gets a couple reds. Very nice for him. And that one is dealt with. The storage closet comes out. Not a bad thing to have on the board. It has no terror effect. It's reasonably easy. And, well, Ashcan Pete is down to 1 brain, so let's take that up to 2. He's only half insane. And see about some of these additional things. Do we have any good items? Yes, we have a red and a yellow. Although... we may not need it. It's only sanity and stamina loss, but the terror effect is quite nasty, so I don't really want to run into that too much. But it's early in the game, the best time to deal with these sorts of things. So let's go. The horrified expression on the thief's corpse was made all the more ghastly by his blue-tinged skin. That is kind of ghastly, isn't it? I don't want to take terribly long, so I'm going to blow everything on this one. Also, it's worth a lot. Well, we can take care of this one quite nicely, taking a bit of damage in the process. I could have done this one as well. And that may have been a better choice. and that's really, really not cool, guys. Oh well, I have nothing to help that, so... there's one. It looks like we will suffer one terror effect. But that's okay. Unfortunately, we do not get what we need again. And we're done. She took a bit of stamina loss for nothing. She's going to take a bit more and some sanity loss. And a monster appears. Oh no, Doom Track. My bad. Here's the Midnight effect. Doom +1 and a monster. Well, Hastur is well on his way. The gift shop now has a monster on it who is locking the yellow glyph. That's not very nice. So, I think I'll heal one of his brains. Can he deal with this? Possibly. It is only one sanity loss. 2, if he wins. Or 1 if he wins. Possibly 2 if he wins that and loses the whole thing. So, we don't really have anything to help. Let's just go at it. Well, that's less than optimal. But I suppose there wasn't really too much getting around it. There's our 3, so we'll save that and hope for a scroll. And hope for a scroll. And we're dead. Unfortunate that, taking 2 sanity loss. For not much of anything, but we cleared up the monster. Let's go assist Ashcan Pete in clearing the gift shop. Okay. Here we go. There's a 3. Very nice. And we're still missing a scroll. We'll save this 3. And try for a scroll. And there it is. Very nice. A red. Not too shabby. Oh. I wonder if that actually shows up on the video. A Hearthstone overlay was on my window. I'm curious to see if it shows up. The Curator. All investigators -2 trophies. I do actually have some trophies, so I do want to clear this up before midnight. This guy can take the loss damage, so we'll give it a go. He was charming, articulate, and unmistakably evil. For what he had done, he could not be allowed to live. Apparently, they don't like masks. And of course, since this is a dangerous endeavor with possible ramifications, we are going to do everything in our power to win it. There's our 3 scrolls. We need only 1 more, and a 3. Well, there's our 3, but again, we're missing scrolls. Scrolls seem to be our bane. I should have left that one alone. I could actually roll something that can be anything I want. And we've lost. Excellent. Taking 2 sanity damage, which is fine. And we will help out Ashcan Pete again. Although Mr. Diamond there is well on his way to the same position, this unmistakably evil, smiling guy is going to receive another attempt from our resident psychologist. Unfortunately, she's not that good at getting the right things, and so she fails, taking 2 damage, unfortunately. And the midnight effect comes to be. Doom +1 for each yellow lock, which is 0. Since I cleared up that monster, everyone loses 2 trophies. Quite unfortunate. A monster is here. Looks like a maniac or something. Pretty easy. Does Ashcan have any trophies? No, not anymore. There is no sanity loss on this, so let's give it a shot. I know I need to deal with the curator, but I can't really at the moment. So there's another trophy for him. We'll save the 2. Really, took away his 1 trophy. Alright. Okay. That's the way you really feel about it. And I'm down to 5. I can't really solve it because I have to give that one away. Unfortunate. He takes a little bit of damage, but for a stat of which he has a lot. And Bob here will attempt to defeat the curator with both of his types of glyph and some help. So we have 2. Let's get rid of that and save 2 of our scrolls and the 3. You know what? That was dumb. I should have just done that, but then I couldn't save the thing. So it's fine. It's fine. Unfortunately, I do need more scrolls. So let's just win that one. Yeah, why not? What's the harm, eh? And there's the rest of our scrolls. The curator is defeated. Unfortunately, we did suffer his ill effect once, losing a fair number of trophies in the process. There's something apparently in the basement. And we could suffer doom. Does he have anything useful? Only a red. On the other hand, a red might be just what we need. This could kill me if I fail. Mostly on the brains. And there's 1 to be finished. Quite unfortunate that I actually managed to roll the wild card when I didn't need it. There's 3, but I need more. I'll go ahead and save the 2 and hope for some better things. Balls. Well, I could still do nice things. I can't now. I can only get a 4 here. Meaning, this guy is dead. Sorry, my boy. You are quite insane. Joe Diamond. Eliminated. Well, more sanity for Ashcan Pete, I suppose. She doesn't really have anything to help, and I don't want to suffer more doom, so we shan't be dealing with that one. How about Forgotten Knowledge? An 8 point, not very good. 3 scrolls, more doom. Quite nasty, with losses everywhere. Something in the basement. Let's give this one a shot. Ashcan Pete's there. He can help us out. Even though we don't have a real good shot at it, we can immediately defeat that one. And we will suffer -1 trophy. Saving this 3. And moving on, there's our win. Well, at least we got a clue. That's something, right? I am quite far behind on the elder signs. I knew there was a word for them. The fates have been kind to me. There is no mythos effect today. I'm trying to decide if I'm merely misplaying. Yes, that was a misplay. Sending Joe Diamond here was a blatant mistake. Oh, that's quite a lot. None of his items will help. His items will help here, but we're playing with dooms and brains. On the other hand, he could use some of those items. We'll try. If we get to the point where his item becomes useful, I will be pretty happy with it. I was told the key had been lost, but now the door swung open. Well, perhaps you were mistaken or lied to. Well, that does set us back a little bit. Let's save one of those and try again, hoping for a 3. There we are. And I can't save the other, but I can turn whatever comes up into a lore. Like so. And it is 1. I can take one of whatever I want, and I feel like common items are good. Also, unique items. Unique items are more likely to give me glyphs, I think. And a red, very nice. A clue, 2 trophies, and another world. Unfortunately, none of those are elder signs. A gate to elsewhere and the plateau of Leng. I do need to clear up some of these other worlds. They are giving me elder signs, reversing doom tracks, all kinds of nice things. And we're very well set up on this guy to do it. Maybe this one's better. Yogoth? Indeed it is. It can give us 2 elder signs, although an elder sign and -1 doom is tempting as well. That's a 5 spot. That is a 5 spot as well, since I have to go up to 9 on 3s minimally for this. Well, let's go for this one. I feel like reversing doom track is quite nice. He can take additional damage if necessary, but no brain damage is associated with this. Doesn't look too bad. The plateau. The plateau of Leng was a cold, inhospitable place, haunted by enormous spiders and a strange, misshapen people. The terror -1 sanity could potentially kill us. But let's pop out both our glyphs. Using up some of our individual items. I don't know particularly why. I just felt that it was a good idea, I suppose. And we will defeat this one right off the bat. Really wishing I could save some of these, but it's not to be. Do I change that to what I want? Yes, I do. I will change it to a terror. That will hurt me because I'm going to need to discard, but I need 2 of them, and the likelihood of 2 of them coming up is lower than the likelihood of me getting one of those and the other required one. Perhaps I could merely have the probabilities wrong. However, we won, suffering only 1 sanity damage, getting 2 clues, an elder sign, reversing the doom track, and 2 trophies in the process. This is going to be somewhat difficult without Joe Diamond, but you know what? We don't need him. We're a strong investigating team that don't need no Joe Diamond. So let's see about this gate to elsewhere. We have a clue. It would potentially give us doom, but it also gives us another world. On the other hand, no. The psychologist is not ready for that. There is no real loss associated with this except for the doom track. And she's not in a very good position, so we will take care of this one, get some more clues. Hopefully. At first the portrait's colors simply seemed deeper and richer, but soon it was apparent that the facade had become a reality and the canvas had been replaced by a doorway. It's a pretty nice little painted background. Okay, there's the first of our set. And the second, although I will have to save and try again. And I'm not going to ever have more, so let's try with these. And that's quite sad. This had better be a scroll, and it's not. Excellent, you failed me, Carolyn. More doom, but no other ill effect. There is no midnight effect on the board, which is quite nice because this is our last turn until midnight. We don't really need to do very much there, but let's go help our psychiatrist with the gate to elsewhere. I do have a red. I suppose I should pop it. Well, we can immediately take care of our double lore. There and there. Wish I could save it, but again, it's not to be. And success! 2 clues, 2 trophies, and another elsewhere. So where is it? City of the Great Race. That's a little racist, I think. Let's see, Midnight Effect. Hastur Mythos Effect, more doom. Yay! Alright, it looks like our yellow is locked by carving the yellow sign. Which looks a little painful, to be honest. However, we're in a good position here. He has lots of stamina to spare. So let's give it a go. See where this one takes us. Not sure why he has to be tied up, really. He tied me down and with methodical precision pulled out an inscribed dagger. Okay. I wonder if it replaces the character then, if they're theoretically the one being carved. This one isn't really terribly difficult, and I want to save glyphs for some of the hard ones. So let's do that one since it gives us no losses of any sort. And just take care of the rest of these as necessary. And there's our win. He does take 2 loss. And 3 yellows. Exactly the sort of thing that I don't particularly need. But that's okay. We only have 2 Elder Signs. I do need some more. And or to reverse the Doom track. Everyone is about on par, but these two have a lower ceiling than Carolyn does, so let's heal Ashcan Pete. He seems to be in a bit of a pickle some of the time. That one doesn't look too bad, but she has no help, and it could kill her. And now that I'm looking at it, perhaps she should heal up a little bit so that she can continue to be useful. Ashcan Pete here can take the damage. I don't like the Doom track possibility, but he does have a couple clues that we can use if necessary. It's only a 4 spot, but these things have been known to go against me. The bizarre conical being buzzed at me, and I found to my horror that I understood its weird ululations. Something had changed in me, perhaps forever, and the thought greatly disturbed me. Kinda disturbs everybody else too. I don't really need to heal up my stamina, but there's our 3. On the other hand, this one is much harder to get, and I have all the components, so that one it is. And there's our 3. Very nice. The city of the great race ain't nothing. Let's go for... We have a lot of clues, so we're going for a common and 2 uniques. Uniques tend to be better. And very nice. Glyphs galore and more. That was quite nice for us. We're up to 3 Elder Signs now. The Doom track at 5, of course. And let's see how Bob does. Should we attempt Yoggoth? We do have a lot of things. Much yellow. Wow. Much glyphs. Okay, yeah. We'll try this one. We have both glyphs and clues, which is an excellent combination. Let's go ahead and use as many items as possible, of course. Again, not entirely sure why, but I would very much like one of those. I am 1 short of being able to fulfill the 8. So what to save, what to save? Probably the skull. And I get a skull immediately. And I'm again 1 short. No terror as yet. 1 short again. No terror again. Well, I think my best bet is to take care of this and hope that this one turns up to be a terror. And I completely forgot about my clues. I'm a horrible person. This is gonna hurt if none of these are exactly what I need. Yay! Okay, Yoggoth is ours. 2 Elder Signs, bringing us even with the Doom track. And replacing a few of our glyphs. Not too bad. Bob is putting in a lot of work this time. Midnight rolls around. Doom +2. Excellent, just when I had caught up with it. And Carolyn. Go ahead and heal Bob up. And perhaps increase her stamina again. Yes, indeed. I feel like her being at full stamina is pretty crucial to this whole endeavor. Ashcan and Bob can do this as long as they have a steady supply of brains. And what is difficult that we need to deal with? Well, this is quite difficult. Another 5 spot with guaranteed stamina loss. Guaranteed sanity loss. He's just up to full. But this is much easier, so let's do that. Bob, I think... Nope, Ashcan is in a better position to deal with the loading dock. He has both glyphs, a fair number of clues, and really what more could you ask for, except for some glyph locks, of course. Every corner was filled with wooden crates of every conceivable size. Quietly, I pried the first one open. I was immediately arrested for trespass and destruction of property, but no matter. We can just blame it on the ancient ones, I suppose. Let's deal with that one in the best manner possible, methinks. Taking care of the ones that don't have to hurt me. Again. Also, this one I didn't want to use because it can be a wild card. Even though it's not, in this particular instance. I can go ahead and save that one. And get a clue. Very nice. Exactly what we needed. Only one clue. Taking the one guaranteed stamina loss. More uniques, of course. A red and a clue. Very, very nice. I think he had an abundance of other glyphs, so I feel like Bob needs to deal with something difficult. That's not too bad. I think even Carolyn could deal with that one. So, guaranteed losses, Doom Track, no guaranteed losses, lots of stamina. The terror effect is quite nasty though. Gives us an Elder Sign. Opens up another world. Yeah, Bob can take care of that one. Hopefully. It's not very secretive, it looks like. They're kind of just in a room with a huge shimmery thing. Energy crackled along the walls and illuminated their faces, many of which were horrifyingly familiar. Dad? Susie, go away. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop some of these glyphs. And let's deal with the scrolls. It's not very efficient because that can be a 4 investigation, but it matters not. Investigative tokens come up regularly enough. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, a monster has appeared. And a midnight effect. So, what is it now? I only have one turn to deal with it. Don't fall asleep. Unfortunately, Carolyn is the one dealing with this situation. It's -1 sanity to the whole team. We could suffer that effect, but I don't think we need to. Even if she loses, it won't cause her to go insane. And I didn't heal people's sanity. Ah, that was dumb. As the hours wore on, the exhaustion took its toll, but I knew that in dreams the creatures could creep into my mind. That they can, Carolyn. Not this day, however. I'm not sure why he needs the guns if everything is in his dreams. Ah, our first glyph lock of the game. I feel like this is actually going pretty well. We're keeping up with the Doom track. We will have to reverse it somewhat, and a midnight effect. Excellent. All investigators -1 sanity. Insane investigators become lunatics. Fortunately, that's nobody. Ah, no, this guy is insane. He's going to become a lunatic. And the Doom track increases by 2. It's quite close now. One more Doom. One more Doom. And we're all dead. Relier has a monster on it. Very nasty effects. And if we lose it, we awaken the Ancient One. Not the best of things, but other than not having a yellow, which he couldn't use anyway, Ashcan's about as well set up as anybody could be. He has 2 clues, and the reds, and another red and clue. So, I wish I could trade these. That would be very handy. However, we'll go for it. This is for the loss or win of the game. I think if I get it, it's not necessarily won. But if I lose, it is necessarily lost. How many do I need? 13. I need 6 more. Okay. Well, let's see how it goes. The only one that's possibly better set up is Bob, because as soon as we defeat this monster, yellow is unlocked and he could pop that yellow. Well, I have an somewhat inefficient means to clear that up. I don't have this clear, so let's take the inefficient means and go again. There's a scroll. I'll reroll everything except that scroll, because I can't use the rest of these, can I? Yes, I can. I will reroll all of these except the scroll and the terror. Scroll, terror, scroll. Alright, let's reroll those investigations. Not exactly what I wanted. We have one more shot before bad things start happening. And unfortunately, we did not get what we needed. Save one of them scrolls. And the game is lost. I can't really do a whole lot about this. I needed that to be a terror. I was hoping a wild card would come up, but alas, 'twas not to be. Can't really save anything else. And we're lost. We can't really do much about it. Sad day. The Doom track increases to 10. The Ancient One is awakened. Ah, very, very close. Okay, my bad. I have one more. Well, Bob, it's all up to you. The yellow is, of course, open, so we'll use it. The red is locked. Why is the red locked? Okay, well, that was inefficient. Well, we'll see how it goes. There's 2 there. Again, can't save the scroll. Wish I could. Alright. Scroll. Skull. We will need one of these to stick around. Ah, balls. I should have re-rolled it earlier. And close. So let's try this. Wow. How incredibly lucky can you get? 3 Elder Signs. Pretty much healing everything for everybody, or everything for one person. Incredibly, incredibly lucky. So, Ashcan needs a little bit of healings. She doesn't really have too much. This is probably too difficult for her. Wow, that is much too difficult. A 6 spot. It's very, very unlikely that she could do anything with that. This one's not quite as bad, so we'll do that. And we definitely lose if midnight rolls around. If we lose this, it will kill her, cause her to go insane. So let's not do that. The terrible intelligence knows my intentions. It reaches out to my mind and plagues me with images of humanity's demise. Well, yeah, seems reasonable. We can lock stuff down, and we have a reroll. So, let's lock down one of them's. Yeah. Let's lock down one of them's. We're gonna deal with this immediately. It was either or, not really a big deal. And there's the other. Disaster averted for the moment. We have an Elder Sign. We can immediately kill a monster. Very, very handy. Unfortunately, we don't have long till midnight, and midnight could increase the doom track. Well, Ashcan, you're not strong enough for that. Possibly strong enough for this one. Becoming that which we fear the most, at midnight a monster appears. Not the worst midnight effect, but not the best either. The best, of course, being nothing happens. Nothing happens makes me happy. The sickness and the fear have become so ingrained in me that I can no longer imagine a life without unending dread. Maybe you ought to talk to that other person on your team. You know, the psychiatrist. I forgot that the red was locked. This might go badly for me. Nothing really to save. Again, I have nothing that will help. Well, there's one. This had better be the best damn roll. Close. Very close. Ashcan's not quite dead, though. I can't beat that adventure. He's very close to dead, but he's not dead. Ashcan has been a trooper. A high priest appears. Okay, that's actually good. I think. A monster appears for the midnight effect. That's fine, as long as it doesn't increase the doom track. That's a lot of monsters. And a lot of things locking down the red. Good thing all he has are yellows. So, what have we here? There is an Elder Sign. We only need 2 more Elder Signs. There is no doom about it. He has lots of yellows. I think we're doing the administration office. A monster will appear, but, you know, whatever. It'll be fine. There must be records in here of each transaction and odd occurrence since the museum opened, but bureaucracy can make a filing cabinet more arcane and unfathomable than any wizard's library. True that, although I doubt odd occurrences would show up too much in the archives. There's our first 3. I wish I could put it on that 6. But I don't really have any means to do so. Not a big deal. Hopefully we get some more double 3s like that. Well, there's a 7. I suppose. That does hurt. I needed that skull. Well, if necessary, I can reroll. But there's our skull. Very, very nice. All I need now, one more Elder Sign. It is quite down to the wire, though. Let us hope that there is somewhere nice with an Elder Sign. Here's an Elder Sign. 2 monsters. 2 Elder Signs. No Elder Signs. And 1 Elder Sign. I could probably take that, yeah? Maybe? I could kill that off. Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna help Ashcan, and then try for this thing. This might be a mistake, but I can immediately kill off one of those monsters, and it will be that one. Ah yes, the Unending Dread. Or the High Priest is the only one we can defeat. Quite sad, since I wanted to defeat... That's not a monster. Okay. Well, let's re-roll everything that's not a terror. And hope for 2 more terrors. That is not, in fact, 2 more terrors. But, let's kill off the monster. Actually, he has some text, doesn't he? He looked at me like I was an annoying fly that he was finally going to crush. Red glyph locked. I feel like the red glyph locked kind of detracts from the descriptive text somewhat. But that's okay. We'll just kill him off. We get a trophy. And Ashcan will help us. There we go. We are not going to become that which we fear the most, and the day is ours. The Elder Sign has sealed away the Ancient One. A monster has appeared, but that's fine. The police can deal with it. The Elder Sign, driving away the clouds, causing the sun to arise, affecting global weather patterns, but the world is saved. Somewhere the wind of that particular bit has caused a butterfly's wings to flap. Well, we did lose Joe Diamond. Not a bad score, 39-45. We lost some for having Joe incapacitated, but not too bad. Let's see where we placed. I think it's in Hell. No, it is not. It's in Options, where of course the scores go. Ah, my second best score. Alright. Joe Diamond has 0, seeing as he just went insane. Anyway, that's more Elder Sign Omens with a different ancient one. Sadly, this one did play much the same. I don't feel like his passive actually did very much. There are other ancient ones, such as Azathoth. Cthulhu, I've run through a bit of that one. It's a 2-stage campaign, which is pretty interesting. I might do a run-through of that. A 3-part campaign for the Dark Pharaoh. And Ithaca, which is, in fact, an adventure. It's quite difficult, and its mechanics are kind of interesting. As far as I can tell, though, Yig, our first video, Hastur, this video, and Sathagwa, big furry tongue teeth guy, all operate pretty much the same. There's very little real difference between Hastur and Sathagwa in terms of Doom and Elder Signs. Azathoth does have more requirements, but more Doom as well. So, I'll probably skip Sathagwa. Entrance costs are doubled. Okay. But maybe a round of Cthulhu at some point in the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed that look at Elder Sign Omens with the second of our antagonists. And perhaps we'll see you next time for Cthulhu himself.